What's up, family? This is Jimmy About the Hood, aka Bullion Edelman, and today we're going to talk about whether you should invest in gold and silver now. But we're also going to go over my purchase of the 1/10 ounce American Gold Eagle, or as I like to call them, the American Gold Dip. Stay tuned. So before we talk about my purchase of this 1/10 ounce Eagle, just wanted to spend a couple minutes to talk about, is it a good time to buy gold and silver right now? So I've watched a number of videos, read articles, and I just find it interesting how people, no matter what asset class we're talking, whether we're talking about precious metals, whether we're talking about real estate, whether we're talking about the stock market, whether we're talking about cryptocurrency, how people still try and just time the market. And it's always amazing to me. They say, well, now is not a good time to buy because the price is X or the price is Y. I'm not a financial advisor. Let me put that out there first, right? I'm just a guy that likes to talk about investors. I'm an investor myself. I'm a real estate developer. I've been in the real estate business for a long time at this point. And I'm also an investor in the stock market, but I buy precious metals. And I like to, talk about all of those things on this channel. But what I find interesting is that in all of these spaces, people continuously try to time the market. And I'm of the opinion that it's more about time in the market instead of timing the market. Because no matter what I talk about, using my own experiences. Again, I'm not a financial advisor, but using my own experiences, right? So when it comes to precious metals, in the videos, I talk a lot about buying a silver Eagle years ago when I really didn't know what I was doing. But the one thing I do know is what I paid for it then and what it's worth now. And it's, it's more than doubled in value since then. In the real estate game, I have properties that I purchased, and some properties, I may have been the highest sale on the block, right? I give you an example of one property I purchased in uptown section of Philadelphia. I was the highest purchase on the block, but that property is worth now about $100,000 more than what I paid for it. And my point is, it's about time in the market and not timing the market, because every asset class in which I've made a purchase, whatever I bought is worth more today than it was when I bought it, right? And that just comes with time. One of the great factors in wealth building is time. But a lot of people think that they're smarter than they are. So they talk about, you have to wait till this or wait till that, right? I believe in data. In the real estate game, I'm an analyst. So I look at a lot of data as it pertains to real estate. And I believe in data. And I believe that data can tell a story. But I also believe in, when it comes to investing, time. I believe in compound interest. No matter what data you look at, buying something today, it'll be worth more if you just give it time. The thing about building wealth, which is interesting to me, is not as complicated as we make it seem. A lot of times we make wealth building complicated when it really comes down to, buying assets and letting them generate revenue if they're a general revenue asset, or grow. But time is a factor in all of that. So I just want to, give my two thoughts on whether it's a good time to buy. To me, the best time to buy is yesterday. And if not yesterday, guess when? Today. Always buy. I want to be a net buyer of assets on an annual basis. And that's in every asset class. I see the same thing in the crypto space. I talk to people in the crypto space and they tell me, well, now is not a good time to buy. And then, I watch Bitcoin or Ethereum, which are, my personal two favorites. Again, not investment advice, just talking about what I do. Now is not a good time to buy. And then the next week they say, well, it's still not a good time to buy, but I wish I would have bought last week. Well, last week you told me it wasn't a good time to buy. What the hell is wrong with you? The bottom line is, stop trying to time the market. Spend time in the market and don't try to time the market. And I just wanted to make sure that I, relay that message in this video before I talk about the purchase of, these 1/10 dips that I, talked about showing in this video. Because again, this video is to show me build this stack out. Well, this video series is to show me build this stack out, but also to give some information about the space and to create a dialogue around precious metals. Because we spend a lot of time talking about the stock market, about options, about real estate. But when it comes to gold and silver, My feeling is the same way in this space as it is in every other space. And, that's about accumulation. Now, I do understand that at times you want to sell things. But if you're into, selling your gold and silver or flipping them, that's different. Because one of the things that I like to communicate to students of Buy the Hood University, and shout out to all the students in Buy the Hood University, is that there's a difference between speculation and investing. And when it comes to precious metals, sometimes I'm weary of actually using the word investment, although it is an investment, but to me it's also insurance. And what I mean by that is gold and silver has been an amazing hedge against inflation, the cost of goods and services rising and the dollar losing its value. It's been a good hedge against inflation for a long period of time. So to me, when I do this, it's almost like having a savings account. It's almost like saving money, but preserving its value. So I look at it along the lines of insurance, but it's also an investment because it can rise in value. And if you want to get, technical, actual insurance, like a life insurance, can also be an investment if you know how to structure it that way. But so, I'm wary of using the word investment, but I do understand that it is an investment for some folks. Some folks look at it as primary, just insurance. I look at it as like a hybrid of both. But I say that to say this: no matter what investment you're talking about, it's about time in and not timing. All right. So stop trying to time it. You're not as smart as you think you are. I don't care what your charts say. Just buy the crap and hold on to it. And I know a lot of people will disagree and call me crazy, but that's my feelings. So, now let's get into my purchase of this beautiful coin here that I've been showing you for the last couple minutes, these gold dips. So, like I said on previous videos, as I build out this stack, I'm going to let you guys see, what I purchased. And this week's purchase was a couple 1/10 ounce American Gold Eagles. So what that means is this is like this is fractional gold. So gold is measured by the ounce. And right now, as I record this, it's about $1,924 per ounce. So each one of these is about 1/10 of that in terms of what this is worth. So 10 of these will equal 1 ounce. A lot of people don't like fractional gold. And the reason they don't like fractional gold is because of the premiums that you pay. So the bigger piece you buy, as I mentioned in other video, the smaller the premium. One of the reasons I wanted to have some fractional gold is because in the event that I wanted to sell, I didn't want to sell full pieces of gold because gold is that much more valuable than silver. So in silver, it wouldn't make sense for me to buy a fractional piece. With gold, I want to buy fractionals as well as full ounces, just from a liquidity standpoint. I mentioned earlier, I love having assets that are liquid, right? As someone who comes from real estate, which is completely illiquid, when I invest or buy assets outside of that, liquidity is very important to me. And also, I'm someone who's always looking for a real estate deal or any sort of deal for that matter. I'll flip anything. But if I need to get rid of a piece, I don't want to have to sell a full ounce of gold. And I know you're thinking you said gold is 1924. You at least need 1924 to do a real estate deal. Man, listen. I'm in the Philadelphia market. I've bought properties for $1. I've bought properties for a couple $100. At this point in my career with real estate, if I'm not buying it way below market, I'm not buying it. So I say that to say this. I never know how much cash I need to get my hands on. So having options in terms of liquidity makes sense. So my goal is to get about 20 of these small pieces, these 1/10 ounce, which would be about the equivalent of 2 full ounces in fractions. But I'm also buying regular ounce pieces as well. And I'll be showing some of those in the future when I get them in. But I still want to accumulate. I'm trying to accumulate about 20 of these. Now, again, I'm going to show you as I build this out. I'll show you some more. But to talk about this piece a little bit, this gold eagle has been minted each year since 1986. Just like other gold and silver eagles, as you can see, I got this other one sitting on a silver eagle, or, a dip, as I call it. But I'm going to call it eagles for the videos because dip is my own language. They used to mint about 480,000 of these, but they recently lowered that to about 300,000. So it's a little bit more uncommon. You get about 300,000 1/10 pieces. But on one side of this coin, you see what's known as Lady Liberty. Liberty is minted right above her head. And you see her walking with a torch lit. That's what's this is minted on this one side, right? So you see her walking with the torch lit, and the word liberty right above her. You see the year is a little bit to the right of Lady Liberty. You might not be able to see this. Again, trying to focus it in, but this is a smaller coin. But it says 2020. That's the year of this coin. It looks like the Capitol building behind her, but she's walking with the torch, right? And my favorite side, man, you already know, Dipset Bird Gang. It has a family of gold eagles, right? I just love the gold eagle. I think it's hard. Like, I think it's amazing looking. But on this one, it's an entire family. This looks like it appears to be the father, and he's like landing on a nest with an olive branch. You know what I'm saying? So you see the father landing, if you can see that. Move it around a little bit to see if you can, get a better view of it. But you see the father, he's landing on the nest, and he has like an olive branch clutched in his talons. And if you see down there, again, it's kind of difficult, I know. We can just take my word for it. It's like a mother eagle. And she has two eagles in her wings. And they're sitting in a nest, which also has olive branches. And, olive branches are said to represent peace. People say, I'm going to extend you an olive branch. That's, kind of what that means. But that's my favorite side of the coin, which is why I still call it a dip. Even in gold, it's a gold dip. 1/10 gold dip, 1 ounce silver dip. But speaking of that, right? Speaking of the gold, also understand that this is 22 karat gold, not 24 karat gold. You know what I mean? So no Bruno Mars here, but it's 22 karat gold. It contains about 91.6% gold and 8.4% of like a copper silver alloy. And that's made to give it a little bit of weight and make it not as soft. If it was 24 karat, it'd be a very soft coin. But with that being said, the size, this is still 1/10 ounce gold. So it weighs a little bit more than that, just so they can add the 8.4% copper silver alloy. So if you have a coin that says 1 ounce, you are getting 1 ounce of gold. It's just 22 karat gold. If you have one that says 1/10 ounce, you're getting 1/10 ounce of gold. It's just 22 karat gold. And this gold eagle, they do make it in the 1 ounce. They make it in the 1/10 ounce like I have here. They also make it in a 1/2 ounce as well as the 1/4 ounce, other fractions. So you can get bigger fractions. I just went all the way to 1/10. Now, the money I spent for 2 of these, I could have added a little bit more and got, I could have got a 1/4 ounce. But again, I have a goal to get 20 1/10 ounces for 4 reasons, right? So that's 4 reasons. And I wanted to share this with you guys. And also, the reason I have these other coins here is to illustrate something. The value of gold versus silver. So each one of these stacks, it would take this entire stack to equal the value of this one piece right here. So in order to equal the value of these two pieces, which are 2/10 ounce gold, right? Remember, it's 1/10 ounce. 2 of them is 2/10. You would need about 16 silver 1 ounce eagles. Remember, this is 1 ounce versus 1/10 of that. That's the value of gold versus the value of silver, right? Gold is that much more valuable. There's a thing called the gold to silver ratio you can look up. As I make this video, the gold to silver ratio is 78-1. So in order to get 1 ounce of gold, it would take 78. And I think it was like 78.3. So 78, like literally 78. How crazy is that? That shows you the value of gold. 78-1. So, and this is about 16. So it's about somewhere around 16 to equal 2/10 ounce of gold in terms of value. That's how valuable gold is as a precious metal. So shout out to gold, man. But anyway, let me know your thoughts as you watch this video. What do you think about fractional gold? Do you stay away from it, or do you not want to get involved in it because of the higher premium? Do you understand my logic in wanting to have something more liquid? And again, I told you in the previous video, because somehow, even when the video is not about the dips, they always end up in my video because, like I said, it is my favorite, and it's for reasons of liquidity. In my experience, going to physical locations, physical coin shops, they will always buy the Eagles. Always buy the Eagles. They always sell the Eagles. Like, It's just something that within the space is very liquid. But let me know what you think about fractions. Would you stay away from fractions? Do you see my point in fractional gold? Do you want gold at all, or do you only want silver? I know one thing. I need to get me a platinum dip. That's got to be the move soon, to get a platinum dip, because I don't have any platinum, but I do have gold, I do have silver, I do have more on the way, and I will share that with you as I build this stack out. But for this week, I wanted to show you what I copped. Again, I'm trying to cop small pieces every week to build this out slowly but surely, as opposed to just taking a lump sum and just grabbing something. And it's for a reason, because I believe in acquiring assets that way, and also because I'm in the markets every day. So what I could pull from that, I could put the coins. Again, it's about having your money make money and continuously building out, your personal stack in terms of just investments overall, not just your stack of gold and silver. So shout out to all the options that help me buy gold and silver. And shout out to my tenants that pay rent to help me buy gold and silver. That's the move. But nonetheless, 1/10 ounce American Gold Eagle. Got 2 in the stack now, and we'll have some more in the stack in the future, as well as some bigger gold pieces. And I'll be back here next week, and we'll see what I cop then. Depends upon how things go and what I'm looking to do. Because again, I'm looking to get more silver, looking to get more gold, and eventually looking to get platinum. I'm not looking at platinum right now because I want to get to a certain number with gold and silver, but I do want to get platinum in the future. Just putting that out there. You know what I'm saying? I believe in the secret, so I'm just going to say it. Hold myself accountable. But leave us some feedback. Share this video. Let us know if you're ready to get started in this space. If you're already started in this space, where you at? If you need help, let me know. I'll show you where to go. Start copying your pieces. And this is the American Gold Eagle, aka the American Gold Dip. I'll see y'all in the next episode. Peace.